Hey guys, so as I said, you will be hearing from me probably multiple times this evening, trying to catch up for the videos that I didn't make the past couple days. They were pretty brief and not a lot of substance, which kind of bothers me personally when I make videos that aren't really about anything. Some of them are just for fun, but for the most part, I like to bring you guys as much value as I possibly can. And I had previously said that I was going to stay away from this topic. And I have now decided to make a brief video about it because I do feel that at this point, this is how I can bring a little bit of value to you guys with my videos. So we all know about this virus by now, and I usually don't like to talk about things that are going on in the world that are super controversial, and it's crazy to say that a disease is polarizing and controversial, but in this context of this particular virus, it kind of is. And I try not to get very political at all with my videos. I don't like sharing my political opinion or my, um, personal thoughts on a particular candidate or something like that. But with us having the election, this coming fall, I think it is important to start having those conversations. Um, I am just extremely, quite frankly, sad right now about the discourse surrounding this virus that seems to have captivated the entire world. It makes me sad to see a lot of people turning to unreliable sources for information. Not that I'm even a reliable source. That's not what I'm saying. But people looking at news sources that aren't reliable, or looking at, you know, tidbits and scraps of videos and fragments of videos online of people giving knee jerk reactions to um, something that's far more complex than that, and sort of gathering an opinion from that. It makes me really, really sad because in these kinds of times, it's very easy to frighten a lot of people. And I think that in times like these, it's most valuable to remain as calm as possible and to try to keep your wits about you and to try to keep your bearings and keep things in perspective, and an objective perspective at that. So trying not to be super biased, but I was just watching the news, and I never watch the news. But I felt like if I was going to get my information, I was going to practice what I, preach, and I was going to get my information from reliable news sources and people that are doing research. And the first thing I wanted to bring value with is just kind of some definitions. So, um, for those of you that have a trouble understanding like the difference between an epidemic and a pandemic, I had to refresh my memory on that myself. So don't be, ashamed or embarrassed if you didn't know what that meant. I mean, it's not a word that we really use every day unless there is one. So, um, dictionary.com's definition of an epidemic is a widespread occurrence of an infectious disease in a community at a particular time. The CDC's definition of an epidemic is the occurrence of more cases of disease than expected in a given area or among a specific group of people over a particular period of time. Dictionary.com's definition of a pandemic is a disease that is prevalent over a whole country or the world. The CDC's definition of a pandemic refers to an epidemic that has spread over several countries or continents, usually affecting a large number of people. And in doing research, I found that on March 11th, the COVID-19 outbreak was characterized as a pandemic by I believe it's the World Health Organization. The acronym is WHO. I was watching the news, and anchor Brian Williams said that it does not respect state lines or calendar deadlines, because he was referring to the president's desire to fill the churches on Easter Sunday. The president also said that it's hard not to be happy with the great job that we're doing regarding the virus. And that makes me sad, because people are losing loved ones, people are extremely terrified, people are panicking, and it just seems like there's still a level of, there's still such a lack of urgency, and there's still such a lack of people taking it seriously to the level that it needs to be taken. In situations like this, in my personal opinion, I would rather be overcautious, overprotective, especially if I held an office like the President of the United States of America. I would certainly want to be overcautious and end up laughing months later because I freaked out when I didn't need to freak out, as opposed to taking things lightly and ending up with a situation that I was not prepared to deal with. So I was watching the news, and they said that we could possibly run out of hospital beds by the first week of April. I was watching a video where a guy did research, and he said that we had 942,000 some odd hospital beds, and the video was taken on the 16th of this month, and he said that for that day's data, that around 600,000 hospital beds were already in use, and that in places like Italy, they're already running out of respiratory machines, and they're having to decide between older people and younger people as far as who to give the machines to, which is extremely sad. And I guess I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information and a little bit of research for those of you that maybe have been like kind of putting your head in the sand, because this is an extremely overwhelming time to be in. You can't go anywhere or even sit on your phone and go on any sort of site or app without hearing something about the coronavirus or seeing the effect of the coronavirus. Even if you go to shop online, you're seeing a lot of stores that are saying we're not taking orders currently. That's an effect of the coronavirus. So no matter where you turn, it seems like you're hearing about it. And I really did not want to be another source of stress for people. I really did not want to be another person that was talking about the coronavirus. But it seemed like, as I said, the only way that I could possibly bring value to you guys was to give you a little bit of research and a little bit of information. And as a matter of fact, as I'm making this video now, I just thought of Tactic 5. That sounds really random and that sounds really stupid, but one thing that helps me in times of despair, and the tactics were originally to make a shitty day less shitty, but I think it applies to these times as well, because this isn't just a shitty day, this is kind of a shitty time that we're in. For Tactic 5, I would say use logic as best you can and remove the emotion as best you can. One of my tactics was to carve out peace. Just stay calm, use logic, remove the emotion, pay attention to research, be a critical thinker. Don't live your life and react to this virus based off knee-jerk reactions or fragmented information that you see online. Do your own research, consume reliable content, and just try to be as objective as possible. Use logic, remove the emotion, be objective. I don't know how people can possibly be polarized or biased about a disease, but people are, because it's political, because the election is coming up, and the president thinks that people are out to get him, and that people are saying certain things about the virus just to harm his chances of being reelected. I don't know how those correlate, but he managed to make them correlate. So, all I'm saying to you guys is try and stay calm. Try to do your best to stay calm. Even as I'm recording this video, I'm trying to keep my voice at a low level and a calming, soothing level so I don't sound like I'm screaming or freaking out myself. I do have my own fears. I do have my own opinions on this virus. One opinion that I will share with you guys is to take this fucking seriously, because I don't necessarily identify as a super religious person, but I do know that pride comes before a fall. That's something that I've experienced in my own life countless times. When I've been arrogant, I have been brought to my fucking knees. So, one piece of advice that I would give you guys based off of my opinion and not based off of research is to take this seriously, because you think about historic times like the Titanic, or other epidemics or pandemics where things were taken lightly and it ended up kicking people in the ass. It ended up kicking an entire country in the ass. So just take things more serious than you think they need to be taken, and maybe months from now we can laugh about it, but it's better safe than sorry. Like, if there was any time that that saying applied perfectly, it's right now. It would be better to be safe than sorry. So take care of yourselves. I feel stupid for being out as much as I have been. I know a lot of people quarantined themselves early. Once, if we end up going into lockdown, where I live, I will obey it. I'm not going to be one of those people that is stubborn and still tries to get out to go buy a fucking eyeshadow palette or some dumb shit like that. I will obey it. For right now, I do have my mom to take care of aside from myself. So, I have been out, trying to find resources to take care of her. That's primarily what I've been doing. But I still even feel bad for doing that because I'm just out when I shouldn't be and I'm putting myself at risk. I don't, have any symptoms or anything like that, but it's just not helping to have more people out and about, myself included. So I am going to be more careful. And after doing research, I am going to take this way more seriously than I was to begin with. So that's what I would recommend for you guys, is to just take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones. But definitely, as I said, logic, apply logic, remove emotion, and please look at things objectively. Please don't be biased. Please don't make this an emotional, political time. Like, this is about saving people's lives. This is about saving, you know, um, the soul of our country. So, and the world. I mean, it's worldwide now. So, just be careful. I love you guys so much, and you're way too important to lose. You're way too important to, um, oh God, you're all so important. Just fucking take care of yourselves and your family, and be careful, and keep your head up in these times. I know it's way easier said than done, and I know I'm fucking rambling, but if anything ever deserved a 13-minute video, it was this shit. So, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your time and attention. If you made it to the end of this video, you're a fucking soldier. You're a warrior. So, I'm probably gonna make maybe 1 or 2 more videos tonight, but I love you guys so much. And do your research. Do your fucking research, please. Please. Okay, I think I'm done. Talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye.